She's just too good. She is just too good. We got another night in the books for Unrivaled, and it's clear as day that Napheesa Collier is just too damn good for these women. She is showing and proving to be the absolute best player in this league, and it's not even really close. She's flat dominating these people, and she's doing it because she has the ability to do everything. But before we jump in, welcome back everyone to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by Coming Out of the Podcast, where we talk facts and feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Showmat. I want to get this podcast in as I'm watching Bare Knuckle. I have it paused for a second between fights, but the overall night of Unrivaled, not really going to talk too much about that because it was what it was. But Napheesa Collier is absolutely dominant. I said before the game that the Lunar Owls would beat the Phantom by between 20 and 30, and they did, 82 to 58. But the reality of it is this: she had 37 points and 18 rebounds to go with 5 assists, 3 steals, and a block. Flat out dominant. She is that good. It's rather impressive to watch her play because she can do it from the inside, from the outside. And again, this is 3-on-3 where the courting spacing is wide open. And that's why I keep screaming about players being able, first of all, teams being able to shoot over 50%. I'm sorry, 60%. Because if you're shooting under 60%, there's an issue. And I'll even say this: the Lunar Owls, Alicia Gray, who's typically really on and on target in this, she missed a lot of open shots. Skylar Diggins-Smith missed a bunch of open shots. Courtney Williams, first quarter, missed a bunch of open shots. Or was it the second? One of the two. But Napheesa Collier, 13 of 17. 5 of 7 from 3. That is what you should be seeing across the board. Now, I'm not saying that everyone should shoot 76.4% from the field and 71.4% from 3. But I will tell you this: she's wide open and she's knocking everything down. And when you cover her, she blows by you, whether it's left or right, or I should say right or left, because she's right-handed and she took the ball to the cup a few times with her left, which you don't see many WNBA players do who aren't left-handed. The Phantom are playing without Sabrina Ionescu, who is in Paris. I know people, you don't have to leave comments telling me that she had this pre-existing obligation. You don't have to tell me that. I'm very well aware of the pre-existing obligations. It doesn't change the fact that she's not there playing. And now they're playing minus players in a situation where they have not one but 2 players, 2 guards who are their 2 best shooters, not on the floor, in Marina Mabry, who's injured for at least a month, and Sabrina Ionescu. Natasha Heidman actually had a fairly good game. She was actually the reason the Phantom didn't get blown out of the building in the first half. Brittany Griner was otherwise ineffective. She was 5 of 12 for 10, but she is not going to be someone who can compete in a game like this because Napheesa Collier is just too damn fast. Satu Sabali had 19, 9 of 21. Again, 9 of 21. You're supposed to be that girl today. 1 of 7 from 3. 5 turnovers again. And more of this inability to handle the ball. Sabali should never pass the ball. She's just catch and shoot it. And that's basically it. Because when she passes the ball, she turns it over. Natasha Cloud, 1 of 8. But Napheesa Collier, and I think Alicia Gray is really good, by the way. But today she had an off day because she was open the whole game, and she started missing a whole bunch of shots. She's 5 of 12 from 3, but 6 of 18 overall, so 1 of 6 from 2. Yeah, just wasn't. Obviously, I knew the game would be a blowout. I said that before the game on Twitter, that it would be a blowout, that they win by 20 or 30. They did. and I did it. It was as expected, but Napheesa Collier is just too good for all these women, flat out. She's just absolutely blowing everyone away. She's blowing everyone away. And the only game that really seems like a game where they're going to have a real competition, and that's going to be on Friday, next Friday, on the 31st, when they play the Laces. Because now let's see if Alyssa Thomas is back. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow if she on Monday if she's healthy, or have a better idea. But that those two teams are head and shoulders above everyone else. It's not really all that close, in my opinion. It's actually kind of shocking that the Mist competed so well with the Lunar Owls. I think that was first game in, because I think if those two played again, the Lunar Owls would probably blow them out of the building as well. But Napheesa Collier is, by and large, far and away, the best player in this league. And it's not close. She has skill to handle. She's not ultra fast, but she's not slow. She knows how to play defense. She knows she's 6'1", but doesn't play like a 6'1" guard. She plays like a 6'1" big, but she knows how to use her arms to defend. She can make jump shots. I mean, she hits 5 threes. Just very, very effective, dominant, just dominant. And I will talk about for a quick second this other game, the Rose and the Mist. And I will give kudos to Lexie Hull, because Lexie Hull today moved without the ball. That's it. That's all it takes. That's all it takes is move without the ball. It's 3-on-3. The court's wide open. Don't park your ass in the corner and wait and hope that they pass you the ball in the corner. Move without the ball. And whether you like Chelsea Gray or not, she's still a good point guard and can find her if she's cutting to the rim with bounce passes. And that's exactly what happened. Hull had 19 points today. 19. 8 of 11 shooting. 1 of 2 from 3. I mean, the 1 3 she missed was an absolute boulder. And I think the fouls are becoming a bit much with this league. I mean, this game had 30 fouls. 30. Angel Reese had 4 fouls in 7 minutes. Lexie Hull had 4 fouls in 10 minutes. There's too much fouling going on. Too much fouling. And I think that this is where I go back to where I said the foul count should have been 3 fouls, because then you force them to play actual D or not. Like, you can't be banging the crap out of people in 3-on-3. It makes, like, this is supposed to be a fast-paced game. 71-66. The Rose get the win. So now the Mist are the only winless team in this league. The Rose get a W. Ka Copper goes for 18. Hull had 19. Chelsea Gray hit the game winner at the Elam ending and finished with 12. Azure Stevens had 16. And they won the game. But we've also found out, once again, in my opinion, that Brianna Stewart's mid. She's completely mid. The 3-on-3 is exposing players for what they can't do. I watched Brianna Stewart missing free throws. She can't make jump shots. She finishes with 20 and 9. Who cares? She missed big shots late in the game. Jewel Lloyd, 3 of 11. That's the Jewel Lloyd that I remember. The one that shoots 30% from the field, 13 points. Rakea Jackson, 3 of 10, 10 points. Aaliyah Edwards, 14 points. Courtney Vandersloot got absolutely fucking abused by whoever she was guarding. I think Lexie Hull individually just absolutely abused her, and they would just go right at her because she's too small. She's too small. But kudos to Lexie Hull, because that's what she needs to do all the time. Move without the ball, especially in this type of game. She doesn't even do it when she plays professional ball. But in this type of game, she absolutely has to do it. And she should do it in regular basketball too. And that's part of the problem with Lexie Hull. I still stand by. I would take Kate Martin over Lexie Hull any day of the week. But I got to give credit to her for where it's due. She did what needed to be done. If she does not do that today, they lose. They flat lose. And let's not even talk about the fact that Angel Reese goes 2 of 6, misses 4 layups. All 4 of her missed shots were bunny layups. Had a double dribble where it looked like she was trying to make a move and then picks up to try to shoot and then dribbles again. And 4 points, 6 rebounds, 3 turnovers in 8 minutes. Had 4 fouls. They put her in the game in the Elam ending at the end of it to start the Elam ending, which I thought was crazy. And then try to dump the ball into her, and then she misses a point-blank layup off the front of the rim. Like, folks, are y'all gonna get off this hype train of this woman? I mean, this woman who just can't play basketball. 3-on-3 is exposing players. Angel Reese can't play. Brianna Stewart is fucking overrated. Rakea Jackson's okay. Jewel Lloyd, not that good. Not that good. I think Chelsea Gray's doing pretty well overall. But man, this was another rough night. This game, 46.3%, 45.9%, 18.2% from 3 from the missed, 18 turnovers, 30 fouls. And if you look at the other game, an absolute blowout where neither team shot over 45.8. I mean, the Lunar Owls won, but 45.8% shooting as a team. Like I said, Napheesa Collier was dominant. 3-point shooting, they were at 43.5, but the Phantom were at 20%. Again, 27 fouls between the teams. That's too many damn fouls. Folks, like, this one rule alone is enough to make someone go crazy. It's an unnecessary. There's 6 fouls per player in a 21-minute game is utterly preposterous. Can you imagine if every player committed 6 fouls at the pace they're going, there would be players that would foul out of WNBA games by halftime. Definitely in the third quarter. Yet here, they're just allowed to hammer each other. This is not the pace of play that you want, where the ball is constantly being stopped because of fouls. The defense, people say defense. It's not defense. They're fouling. And they're fouling a lot. Like they're fouling a lot. And that is going to turn people off who haven't been turned off yet. But people have been turned off. I'm interested to see what these ratings are today. Again, there wasn't really anything going on when they played. I know there was an NBA game, I think, but the NBA is boring as well. And I watched very closely these 2 games tonight because I'm awake and I'm now I have BKFC on that I'm going to get back to in a second. But Napheesa Collier, if it wasn't for you, this would be impossible to watch because you're the only ball player out here, in my opinion. And I will, I will echo what Ben Daniel did say about Alicia Gray because I like her game and Kayla McBride. Kayla McBride is a dog, and she happens to be Napheesa Collier's teammate. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? She is Napheesa Collier's teammate, and she is balling her ass off. I think the Minnesota Lynx are going to be a very dangerous team next year again. And this will help them, I think, a lot because the free-flowing nature of it. I mean, I can only imagine if that team had ended up with Courtney Williams as Napheesa Collier and Kayla McBride, because then that would have been freaking scary because they would have had another 2 months of just playing together, which is big. But there's a few players who have looked good, but Alyssa Thomas has looked really good as well. However, yeah. If it wasn't for Napheesa Collier, it'd be really hard to watch this shit. But she is far and away the best player in this league. It's like not even close. That's all I got. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell. I appreciate y'all. We are over 7,000 subs. I thank you so very, very much. Onward to 8,000. I appreciate y'all as usual. This is Rudy's Rant. We talk facts over feelings. Come on now.